Welcome to the latest episode of Branding the Experience. We discuss ways where we can create environments where employees actually want to come to work and customers want to keep coming back. I am Ken Bader, your host for Branding the Experience, and our subject today is make your employees part of the why. Now, this comes to light based on an article that I just submitted for my monthly column in CU Business Magazine, where I talk about the fact that we need to treat our people like assets, not always look at it as an expense on the income statement. I just did a radio show on the increase in minimum wage, and one of the points I made there is, we're, as business owners, managers, executives, we're always going to have factors that are pushed on us, but it's how we react to them that makes a difference. And one of the best ways to react is how can I get more value out of my people in the right way? And I came up with 3 suggestions that I'm going to talk about from the Business Magazine article. First, have them create the process. If you want them to not just simply be employees but be part of the story, have them create the processes that help your business run. There's a lot of things that get pushed down on employees, whether it's new regulations or new programs or new computer software or what have you. When it comes to needing a new sales process or a new loan process or a new menu or a new greeting process, even an operational process, have the folks that are in those roles that will be in charge of leading that process or providing that experience, let them create the process. Now, granted, sometimes when you have employees create a process on their own, you do get some crazy ideas, but you also get some things that you haven't thought of as a manager or an owner because you're not working in that piece of the business day in and day out like they are. So start by having them create the process, and then you can always, as the leader, mold it and change it to what the business needs. If they haven't 100% come up with the idea that the business needs. But you know what? If they came up with 80%, then there's already buy-in to the process because they were an important part of that. Number 2, have them lead the experience. Now, by that, I don't mean that an individual can just arbitrarily stop following the process because he or she feels like it. But if somebody feels that the process isn't working for them, allow them to make suggestions. Allow them to innovate the process and bring it to a new level. Like, for instance, maybe, the ubiquitous, how may I help you today? Is it leading to enough cross-selling opportunities in your financial institution? Well, what if somebody came up with an idea of, how do you like your new premium checking that we rolled out? Maybe that's a better opener that leads to more of a substantial conversation, whether it's cross-selling or just getting into the minds of your members, customers, or clients. So allow for suggestions, allow for improvements and enhancements to the process from the folks that are actually creating and leading the process. And finally, incentives for everyone. In the last few months, I've talked about incentives. A lot of clients have asked me about incentives for sales, trying to increase sales, at their place of business. I'm certainly not opposed to commissions and sales incentives and the like. In fact, I encourage them. But if we're going to do that, let's have an incentive-based program for everyone. In another article that I wrote, I mentioned that early in my career, when I was working my way through college, I worked at Citibank. And they had a program called Citi Points, which not only rewarded people for cross-selling and promoting product, but other parts of the business as well that were important, such as going above and beyond for a customer, staying late, helping out a coworker, coming up with a new idea. things of that nature, not just sales. Sales is an important part of the business, but it's not the only part. So follow those 3 tips. I hope that you can implement them at your unique business and use those to help your people, your folks, better yet, your team, brand the experience for them and those you serve at a very high level. Take care.